Hey, you! Trying to start a faction in Starscape? Because if you are, you need to watch this. Let's get into it. First off, credits. Yes, credits. Because the reality is, you don't need to be rich to start a faction. And you might ask, how? I'm broke! And the solution to that is finding and capitalizing your niche. Which is basically finding your specialization and making as much cash from it as you can. Regardless of whether you are a bounty hunter, a miner, hauler, or even a scout. But then comes threat. Who do you service? How do you find people? Which leads us to the next step, contacts. Now, contacts range from factions to corporations like Newswire, which is why they're easy to get. This is because contacts are spread all across Starscape, and that's also why being a contractor is the best beginning to a faction. Now, how exactly do you start work? Basically, you just approach people or groups and sell your service. And eventually, you get your first job. But it's not the end of it, you still need more funds. So your next step becomes investing. Let's say you gain 500k from a bounty, but you want to multiply it. What you want to do is you invest 500k into a specific type of item for cheap and resell for a higher price than what you bought it for. For example, you buy 500 RNC for 66% the price. You later profit 250k because you resold it for higher. Since this is a source of passive income, you can keep doing contractor jobs, which means you get cash while you sleep and while you work. Finally, you just rinse and repeat until you have around 10 to 15 million of funds, and you can start your faction. But now, the management of your faction. Eventually, you reach the point where you don't need to work alone, which forces you to become a diplomat. And with this, you also need to manage a team, so the best recommendation I give is explore and reference everything. Other tip is establish rules and get a right arm you trust. This is because it is one of the most important things. As for recruiting, always use your contacts, affiliations with corps, advertisement chats, or anything. However, do not rush finding commanders. Always go calmly and have patience, and if you want it to be fast, build trust and get your friends. I speak from experience. Things will bloom alone as long as you can manage them. So stay strong, stay rich, and good journey, Commander.